viewers. West Nile TV, thank you so much. My name is Albin Asiku. I am coming in here for the Fans Leadership in the capacity of the Vice President, Fans Association. Thank you.
Well, this is, of course, the Vice President for, that is Onduparaka Fans. To the right-hand side, of course, I also have another, you put on Real Madrid, but this is, you're most welcome to West Nile TV.
Yeah, thank you so much, West Nile. Thank you so much, our host. I'm called Andabat Sandy Monks. I work as an advisor to the Fans Leadership. But for this project, for the bus project, I work as a secretary.
He is, of course, the secretary for the project. As I said, we're talking about Onduparaka. One thing I want to clear the doubt today is each and every day people may think now our West Nile TV is for Onduparaka. And I want to make it clear today, it's about how we organize people, of course, to see that we progress. It's how we organize. And each and every time we bring the new development, say that the public gets to know or people always get aware about this. That's why we're so much into that. And of course, we shall move club to club. And of course, I said we're here to really make clarities. When we talk about the Onduparaka minibus project, this is a project, an initiative recently launched. Previously, it did start, but things didn't go well. And this time the project is back. I don't know, maybe you'll give us a very brief kind of biography about this.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm sorry I didn't get your name once more.
Okay, this is Swahib.
Swahib. Thank you very much, Mr. Swahib, for giving us this very important chance, for speaking to our viewers, our fans, football lovers in the region, and to this very important hour and the very moment of today. Allow me to take this chance to give us a very brief background of what this coaster or minibus project that we are talking about here is all about. Now, let me pick on this note. Onduparaka Football Club, just like any other club, has structures from the directors board to the club management team that is contracted, to the fans leadership, which is more of charity workers that come to join the other teams, to our fans themselves. Now, these are about 4 structures that we have. Now, these 4 structures, through the leadership of the fans, were able to sit together with the management and the directors board to try to diagnose the priority key areas of this club that may need urgent attention. And following a series of meetings, we zeroed on one key issue, and that was the issue of transport challenge that this club faces. And all of us, the sports lovers, the soccer lovers, we understand now what this challenge brings all about. Now, because of this challenge of transport, we have realized that the club gets into a lot of expenses, which expenses have resulted into poor welfare of the players. I hope you understand what I mean here. A lot of money has been injected in hiring of transport means to move these guys. Recently, we were in Kigezi, in Kabale. We spent over 12 million Ugandan shillings to move these boys for this game. And then we came back. Of course, now, if you spend the money that you had in your hands, you have nothing to give these boys. And vis-a-vis, you cannot facilitate these boys, and then you don't transport them for these games. So you can see the situation that the club gets itself into. So we have zeroed all our energy into this transport challenge because we feel once this challenge is addressed, we can turn our attention and at least improve on the welfare of the players. So we had discussions, we came up with budget, we have really discussed into detail. So now, the current project that we are rolling out, that we launched on Monday, we are very happy your team was there. The West Nile TV was fully in attendance. We are very happy for that. This project value is about 250 million. And it's really an ambiguous one. We have gotten feedbacks that this figure is quite big. Why don't we go for a bus? Why don't we? People are right. The public is so right on this. But now the picture that made us go into that far is what we are right here to discuss and share with the public. I will ask my colleague Sunday to give us what this 250 really brings about. Otherwise, we fully understand that a bus can be got at 180, 150 million below. We can get a cost of that cost. But why do we have to go up to that figure? We'll be able to clear all these doubts today and for us all. Now, another thing is that we know that there was a previous project of this similar kind which was already organized. But what happened? You see, we collected about 15 million Ugandan shillings. I have the list of people who contributed right with me here. And 15 million Ugandan shillings. We want to buy a bus I don't know. With 15 million, can we even go on a negotiation table? I don't think that is possible for a bus. Not even, a fielder. No. So these 15 million Ugandan shillings got stuck. We couldn't proceed further with more, collections. So we had to pause on that. We went back to the drawing board. So that's why we are coming back on this. This
now,
time the moderate one.
Not really so much to interject here.
Yes.
I want to get back to my brother on my right hand side here. In most cases, we've seen funds taking over this. I want to go back, maybe Borrelli, that is from, that is by the Black Angels. Those were the funds that came in boldly. They don't want the management. But this time, it's the funds of Onduparaka taking the initiative to buy the bus. Is it not more of funds now getting involved in the management? I first need some kind of clarity here. I expected the funds to be in support of the management. We have this money, and we're giving to people. Can you get for us the bus? But surprisingly, interestingly, the funds.
Yeah, thank you John, very much for that question. In the first place, the 15 million that my colleague just talked about was even initiated by the funds. It was not something which was directly in the hands of the management as such, but we're just merely picking up from there. We felt we started something that we did not deliver, and that has brought us a lot of misunderstanding with the public, especially having collected their money, and we were unable to even formally come out to explain to them exactly what happened and why the whole project actually stalled. So since it was initiated by the funds, we felt there was something which we actually didn't complete. We very much want to initiate. That's why you were invited for the initiation. And this time with the strategies that we have in place, we just felt in the next 7 months we should be able to deliver this. Because our anticipation is that with what we've seen, probably Onduparaka might qualify and go to UPL. And in case that happens, we needed to solve the issue of transport. That's why the few of us in the leadership and also some key influential people in the district or in West Nile, we decided to go back on drawing board and ask questions. What happened? Why is it that we started the project and realized 15 million and we were unable to continue? So we just merely came back to have that done. So this does not necessarily explain that maybe there is a thin line between management and the fund. No, we're just merely picking up from what we started with the blessings of the management to continue and deliver what we actually started as funds.
Lovely. We are talking about 250 million, of course, to buy this coaster. By the way, you go to line, you'll see the bus is already there and really tells you the hope that things are getting underway and very soon this bus will come. Now, the next question, of course, I'm trying to get from you guys for now is that we're talking about the 250 million and what are the avenues really to raise this money? Yet we are talking about the 7 months duration. What do you think are these necessary to make us really get this bus?
We have outlined a number of strategies. Of course, we'll outline this, and each one of these strategies has persons attached onto, and a committee built in that case. Now, one of our key strategy areas that we're looking at is mapping all our stakeholders, entities, which includes the NGOs, we have the business community, we have the social community events, the events organizers, we have these corporate bodies, we have the happening places, we have West Nile TV that is already doing its part right now here. We have mapped a number of them. Now we'll have a team that will duly go to visit these offices, these premises, and table this plan that we have to request for support. Now we have also come up with another strategy of course, the directors. They will have to join us in this struggle because they are part of this community. By the way, before I started here, we have already received about 30 million in our accounts. We have the 15 million which was there before from the first collections we had from the funds themselves. Now we have another 10 million that MTN Uganda has given us. That is already added on to that, plus the 5 million that the directors have given us. 30 million plus already. So we want all these other entities now to join the struggle and move on with this. Like I said before, we have outlined a number of these strategies on ground, and I want my colleague, the secretary, to this committee to be able to bring out for us more others from that side.
Yeah, thank you so much. You just given us one angle that we very much wanted to look into, mapping all the entities within West Nile and also outside, because we have got supporters even outside, abroad. A number of colleagues who are outside the country have expressed interest in supporting this, and they can't come in if they don't see a clear roadmap towards all this. So we have laid this strategy to let them know that really we need their support, and one thing that we're interested in is to get them on board to support us and also remit whatever they can towards supporting this. So after mapping all the entities, of course, we already have an official letter from the management to introduce us and also explain the purpose why we intend to do this. We already have a breakdown of the 250 million. Yes, of course, people are saying you're thinking about buying a Costa, which they think is less than even 100, because in the Ghanaian context, they will look at it that way. But we're saying we're looking at something that can last, because these games are not only within West Nile. These are games that move, where players move very far. For example, if it is UPL, and you have a Mbarara that has qualified, you have a team in Mbale that has qualified. These are all areas you need to move to. So we need to have something that should be able to support the players in totality. We wouldn't want a scenario, of course we understand in mechanical engineering there wear and tear, but we very much want to deliver something that can last. Our interest is lasting, should be able to deliver. If we're saying players are going to Mbarara, they should be able to travel without any hindrance. We don't want scenarios where maybe they got a mechanical problem somewhere in between and they were unable to reach Mbarara, they were able to forfeit the points and all that. So at the end of the day, it puts us in a very, very difficult position, which we very much really don't want to actually have. So we intend to have concerts. And that's one of the strategies. We intend to have concerts in Greenlight, around 4 different concerts, where we shall have the gospel group, take it a show there, and we market it very well. Of course, when that time comes, we shall also come here and have that strategy on board. We also intend to have comedy shows in Greenlight Stadium. Of course, you know that's the latest trend of excitement actually in the country. So if we already have personalities like Salvador, who have publicly prophesied and even said that they support Onduparaka, the way Onduparaka does it without even fear or favor, even when they are amongst other teams like the URA, the KCCA and all that. So we intend to lobby. If we can have Salvador on board and many other comedians, we should be able to have Greenlight filled. So all the monies or the finances we're going to collect there will go towards supporting the project. We also intend to have secular. So when we talk about secular, we're looking at other artists. Because we have the gospel show, we also have got other artists that we intend to have on board. We are already in touch with the musicians, especially the ones of West Nile. We intend to have other engagements with them to see how we can have this done. Because many of them have expressed sadness that why are we not reaching them? Because many of them will want to identify themselves with the Onduparaka, but because we've not yet had an opportunity to reach them, it has been a bit challenging. So we intend to have them on board. I know when those moments come, I think you guys will be the first to know. We also have Onduparaka Day. I think you will bear with me, for all these years, we've never particularly had Onduparaka Day. Of course, this is something that is going to run yearly, but we're saying for this project specifically, we want to have Onduparaka Day. In this, there will be a number of activities taking place in Greenlight from morning up to evening, even late. And this will go concurrent with a number of activities, maybe even a show. The shows that we're talking about can be endless show that we can have for that day. If we are saying we're having a COVID night, but mixed with the Onduparaka Day, that will be some of the activities that we very much want to do. So when that strategy...
15th of this year is when we're celebrating for this year?
Yes.
15th of Feb.
15th of Feb is when we're having this. So it's one of the activities that is approaching fast, but something that we very much need to have actualize as soon as possible. Then we also intend to have on Onduparaka Fans Day car wash. This is something that I know for those who have ever gone to Onduparaka to watch, you've seen the number of vehicles being parked there, quite many, let alone the motorcycles being parked. So for example, in a day, if we have like 20 cars being washed and we're able to realize something out of this, this will go towards supporting the activities that we have. So plus many others. So we intend to have the wash day during each match day that we have. So we've anticipated, we've already calculated that we have a number of games, especially in the second round that will take place in Onduparaka, Green Light. So if we, in those different days of having matches there, we wash and people are able to cooperate and support, then at the end of the day, it will go towards supporting this. Then also plus other identified places that we're going to have within town, because we have so many Western Bays in Arua town, we're going to have engagements with them and agree how they can also support this. So that means at an appropriate time, the cars was in that particular Western Bay will have remittances towards supporting this project. We also intend to have Onduparaka Night. I think Onduparaka Night has been there for the special for the fans, but it has not been peaking. And we've realized if this is strategized very well, we should be able to realize actually remittances towards supporting this project. Yeah. And we want to expand it even in other regions as well, like Kampala. We already have an established Kampala West Nile Night. So we think if we also have Onduparaka Night in Kampala, with all the number of West Nile citizens we have in West Nile, I mean in Kampala, who actually normally come for that day, we should be able to realize something towards supporting this project. Then also to the general public, we will definitely reach out, especially to the fans, to the sympathizers. If it means even walking from one soap to the other are some of the things that we very much want to do. Much as we're going to do mapping for the major entities we have in West Nile, of course there are going to be those soaps at a minimum level that we want to identify, maybe 5,000, 1,000, 2,000, anything that we shall get from maybe door-to-door movement to these soaps will be some of the strategies that we shall use. And then lastly, club merchandise. We already have discussions with the management. We're expecting club merchandise very soon, the jerseys, the cave, even the notebook and many other assortments that are actually coming in place. So we're thinking once we have this on board and the sales that we're going to realize will also help towards supporting this project. Much as the chunk of the money will go towards supporting the club management, but part of it will also be towards supporting this project and many other projects that we shall have as time goes by. Thank you.
That's a bit intense and of course a very big project there. When you basically look at the breakdown as really, that is the club, that is fans, of course, Vice President did talk about the breakdown. When you look at the breakdown, of course, we have a previous balance of 15 million, of course, contributions, and MTN having 10 million, given that management support, of course, of 5 million, and of course, more 200 entities to be identified, and of course, these entities will mobilize around 1 million each. That is per the breakdown. We also have 4 concerts at Green Light Charity, and that's going to be charity, gospel, secular, and of course, comedy, and all of them to mobilize 5 million each. That's the breakdown of that money. Looking at other avenues, of course, that's what we call the launch funds TV to also mobilize 10 million. That is the contribution to the 200. We also have the Ondo Night 10 clubs, of course, within Kampala, and I think at the West Nile, each to mobilize also 1 million. That is to fund towards the fans club there, of course, buying or purchase over the club there. We also have the fans and the general public to mobilize 5 million each. Match day, what we call the car wash, as we talked about it, 2 million each. Then on the fans day, of course, as I said, which is very soon to mobilize 5 million. Back to you. When you basically look at this very big project, if you're to give this to someone, he will tell you, I have to take this one after the other. One, how are you going to make this run? Is it not really that too big for you to really have all these projects or to make this run in this short time of 7 months?
Yes, certainly that will be one of the biggest fears somebody will have. 7 months project period for a 250 million Ugandan shillings is certainly a lot of work. But like I said this before, we have each one of these strategies you have just read here. that my colleague just explained into details here has a committee set aside. So we believe that if each one of these committees does their part, we are good to go. We are good to exercise and exploit all our means, and we'll be able to meet this project within the period stipulated. One thing that kept us holding on since Monday to kick off with this was the fact that we had not picked the account numbers from bank, DFCU Bank. We had not fully accessed the codes, the MOMO codes for receiving mobile transactions. Now, as I talk right now, these are in our disposal. These are in our hands. The MOMO codes you're seeing for Airtel, for MTN, that I expect you to give to the viewers out there, is already in our custody. It is in the hands of the fund's treasurer, who is going to be the one updating all the collections that we receive. The account details, the names may reflect the club name, because we couldn't go and start processing an extremely new account number. We had to go, we wrote agreement with the club to allow us own one of the accounts that we shall be fully in charge of ourselves. So as I talk right now, we have all the rights to control every transaction about this project using all those accounts that you are seeing on the line there. So the team we have set up is a very comprehensive team that will keep on building. And I'm asking the public out there that when you are approached by these members, because each committee head is supposed to expand their membership. So if they approach any of you because they see the potentials in you and maybe another person outside there to join in this committee, it is not because want something from you or want to fix you somewhere. We have seen the potential in each one of them outside there that they can be able to make us achieve this project within the shortest time of the 7 months. So we are very quite sure and convinced that this will get to be done within the 7 months. Because we are sure Onduparaka is getting back to UPL. That's why we need a bus within the 7 months, so that we are getting to UPL in a new bus, in a new coaster. That's our target. Thank you.
That is the target, and of course, to him, Onduparaka is going back, of course, to the UPL. And of course, the breaking is that David Moyes, of course, in discussion to take over the job of Everton. That's the latest here. More to come away. And of course, before we come to the last, before I release you to go, and of course, we're going to get in for a short commercial break. When we get back, of course, one or two of the questions I know the viewers will have to know about this same project, and at the same time, the breaking. Of course, we shall continue from there. It's the whistle time. We are getting for a short commercial break, and when we get back, more of the stories to come.